Junk foods are highly processed, calorie-dense products that are often loaded with sugar, salt, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives. While they may taste delicious and offer quick satisfaction, they provide little to no nutritional value and can cause significant harm to the body when consumed regularly. Their appealing flavors, low cost, and convenience make them popular, but they also contribute to a growing number of health problems worldwide, including obesity, heart disease, diabetes, digestive disorders, and weakened immunity. From sugary soft drinks and packaged chips to processed meats and deep-fried snacks, these foods are designed to trigger cravings and encourage overconsumption. Over time, such dietary habits can lead to chronic illnesses, poor mental well-being, and reduced quality of life. Understanding the harmful effects of these common junk foods is essential for making healthier choices and protecting long-term health. Number 1. Sugary. Sugary soft drinks are among the most popular beverages worldwide, but they are also one of the most harmful to human health when consumed regularly. These drinks, which include sodas, sweetened iced teas, sports drinks, and energy drinks, are typically loaded with large amounts of added sugar, often in the form of high-fructose corn syrup or refined cane sugar. A single can of soda can contain more sugar than the recommended daily limit for an adult, yet it offers zero nutritional value. Instead of providing vitamins, minerals, or beneficial nutrients, sugary soft drinks deliver nothing but empty calories that contribute directly to weight gain and fat accumulation, especially around the abdomen. When you drink a sugary beverage, the sugar is quickly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing a rapid spike in blood glucose levels. This sudden surge forces the pancreas to release a large amount of insulin, a hormone that helps cells absorb sugar for energy or storage. Over time, frequent spikes and crashes in blood sugar can lead to insulin resistance, a key risk factor for type 2 diabetes. Moreover, because liquid calories do not provide the same feeling of fullness as solid foods, people often end up consuming more total calories without realizing it. This is why sugary drinks are strongly linked to obesity in both adults and children. Another major issue is the impact on dental health. The high sugar content feeds harmful bacteria in the mouth, which produce acids that erode tooth enamel, leading to cavities, tooth decay, and gum disease. Many sodas also contain phosphoric acid and citric acid, which further weaken enamel and increase tooth sensitivity. Beyond weight gain and dental problems, sugary soft drinks can also harm the heart. Regular consumption is associated with higher risks of heart disease, high blood pressure, and unhealthy cholesterol levels. Studies show that people who drink sugary beverages daily have a greater likelihood of developing cardiovascular problems, partly because excess sugar promotes chronic inflammation and fat buildup in the arteries. Additionally, these drinks can disrupt metabolic health in other ways. They often contain caffeine, which in large amounts can cause jitteriness, sleep disturbances, and increased heart rate, especially in teenagers who are sensitive to stimulants. Many energy drinks combine high sugar with high caffeine, creating an even greater strain on the body. Another hidden danger is their link to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and AFLD. When the liver is overloaded with large amounts of fructose from sugary drinks, it converts the excess into fat, which can accumulate and impair liver function over time. Furthermore, sugary beverages can contribute to poor bone health. Because many sodas are high in phosphates and lack calcium, they may interfere with bone density, increasing the risk of osteoporosis later in life. In children and adolescents, this is especially concerning because bone growth is still developing. Psychological health can also be affected. Excessive sugar intake has been linked to mood swings, fatigue, and even higher risks of depression due to fluctuations in blood sugar and inflammatory effects on the brain. What makes sugary soft drinks particularly harmful is their addictive nature. The combination of sugar, caffeine, and flavorings can trigger reward centers in the brain, leading to cravings and habitual consumption, much like addictive substances. This cycle makes it hard for people to cut back, even when they are aware of the health risks. The easiest way to reduce harm is to replace these drinks with healthier options such as water, unsweetened herbal tea, or naturally flavored water infused with fruits. By cutting back on sugary beverages, individuals can lower their calorie intake, stabilize blood sugar levels, protect their teeth, and reduce their risk of chronic diseases. In short, while sugary soft drinks may offer a quick burst of sweetness and refreshment, the long-term consequences on health far outweigh the momentary pleasure, making it essential to limit or avoid them for a healthier future. Number 2. Packaged chips. Packaged chips and crisps are one of the most popular snack foods in the world, loved for their salty taste, crunch, and convenience. However, despite their appeal, they are among the unhealthiest processed snacks and can cause serious harm to the body when eaten frequently. The first major problem is their high sodium content. Most chips are heavily salted to enhance flavor and preserve freshness, but excessive sodium intake is linked to high blood pressure, hypertension, which increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney problems. Consuming large amounts of sodium can also cause water retention, leading to bloating and discomfort. Another major issue is the unhealthy fat content. Chips are usually fried in oils that are high in trans fats or saturated fats, which can raise LDL, bad cholesterol, lower HDL, good cholesterol, and contribute to clogged arteries. Even when manufacturers switch to vegetable oils, the frying process at high temperatures produces compounds that are harmful to the cardiovascular system. In addition, many chips contain artificial flavorings, preservatives, and colorings that may cause allergic reactions or have long-term negative health effects. Some flavoring agents, such as monosodium glutamate, MSG, are used to intensify taste and make the product more addictive, which can encourage overeating and poor dietary habits. Another hidden danger lies in the formation of acrylamide, a potentially cancer-causing chemical that forms when starchy foods like potatoes are fried or baked at high temperatures. Regular consumption of foods containing acrylamide has been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers. Chips are also energy-dense but nutrient-poor, meaning they provide a high amount of calories without offering essential vitamins, minerals, or fiber. Because they are so easy to eat in large quantities, they can lead to significant calorie overconsumption, weight gain, and obesity. Furthermore, their lack of protein and fiber means they do not promote satiety, so people often feel hungry again shortly after eating them, leading to more snacking and excess calorie intake. This constant cycle of eating nutrient-poor, calorie-rich snacks can disrupt healthy eating patterns and crowd out more nutritious foods from the diet. Over time, frequent consumption of chips has been associated with increased risks of type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and heart problems. On a dental health level, the starches in chips can stick to teeth and break down into sugars, feeding bacteria that cause cavities and gum disease. Children and teenagers are particularly vulnerable because chips are often marketed to them with bright packaging, attractive flavors, and endorsements from celebrities or cartoon characters. This can encourage unhealthy eating habits from a young age, making it more likely that these habits will persist into adulthood. On top of the health risks, packaged chips can also have an impact on mental well-being. Diets high in processed, high-salt, and high-fat foods have been linked to mood swings, low energy levels, and even higher risks of depression due to their effect on brain chemistry and inflammation in the body. The addictive combination of salt, fat, and crunch triggers the brain's reward system, making people crave chips repeatedly, even when they know they are unhealthy. Breaking the habit can be difficult, especially for those who snack mindlessly while watching TV, working, or socializing. To reduce the risks, it is best to limit packaged chips and replace them with healthier alternatives such as air-popped popcorn, roasted chickpeas, baked vegetable chips, or fresh fruit and nuts. These alternatives provide flavor and crunch while offering more nutrients and fiber. In conclusion, while packaged chips and crisps may be enjoyable as an occasional treat, regular consumption can harm the heart, waistline, teeth, and overall health. Their combination of high sodium, unhealthy fats, artificial additives, and lack of nutrients makes them a dangerous snack when eaten in excess, so moderation and healthier choices are key to long-term well-being. Number 3. Burgers. Burgers are one of the most iconic fast foods in the world, enjoyed for their savory taste, convenience, and variety of toppings. However, while an occasional burger may not cause significant harm, regular consumption especially from fast food outlets, can have serious negative effects on health. One of the main issues with burgers is their high-calorie content. Most fast food burgers combine a refined white bun, a large portion of fatty meat, high-calorie sauces, and cheese, making them extremely energy-dense. A single burger can contain more calories than an average person should consume in an entire meal, and when paired with fries and a sugary drink, the calorie count can easily exceed daily needs. Over time, this excess can lead to weight gain and obesity, which are major risk factors for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Another problem is the saturated fat content. Many burgers are made from high-fat cuts of beef or processed patties, which contain large amounts of saturated fat that raise LDL, bad cholesterol levels, and contribute to plaque buildup in the arteries. This increases the risk of cardiovascular problems, including heart attack and stroke. The sodium levels in burgers are also alarmingly high. Seasoned patties, processed cheese, pickles, and sauces all add large amounts of salt, which can cause high blood pressure, kidney strain, and water retention. The bun itself, often made from refined white flour, is low in fiber and can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. These spikes not only lead to energy crashes, but also increase the risk of insulin resistance over time. Burgers also often include processed meats, such as bacon or ham as toppings, which contain preservatives like nitrates and nitrites linked to certain cancers, especially colorectal cancer. Additionally, many commercial burgers are cooked at very high temperatures, which can form harmful compounds like heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These chemicals are associated with increased cancer risk when consumed in large amounts. From a nutritional standpoint, the typical fast food burger is nutrient-poor but calorie-rich, meaning it provides a lot of energy without enough vitamins, minerals, or fiber. This imbalance can lead to nutrient deficiencies if burgers replace healthier meals. Another concern is the presence of additives and preservatives in both the meat and sauces, which may cause digestive issues or allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. Burgers also contribute to poor eating habits due to their addictive combination of fat, salt, and sugar from the bun and sauces, which can overstimulate the brain's reward system and encourage overeating. For children and teenagers, this is especially concerning because eating such high-calorie, high-fat foods regularly can set the stage for lifelong, unhealthy eating patterns. Beyond physical health, frequent burger consumption can affect mental well-being. Diets high in processed and fried foods are linked to mood swings, fatigue, and even a greater risk of depression due to inflammation and imbalances in brain chemistry. Another hidden danger is portion distortion. Over the years, burgers have grown larger, with multiple patties, extra cheese, and oversized buns, leading people to unknowingly consume far more calories and fat than their bodies need. To reduce the risks, it's better to view burgers as an occasional indulgence rather than a regular meal. Healthier versions can be made at home using lean meats, whole grain buns, fresh vegetables, and minimal sauces. Plant-based patties, grilled chicken, or turkey burgers can also be lower in saturated fat and calories while still being flavorful. In conclusion, while burgers may be a satisfying comfort food, their combination of high calories, saturated fats, sodium, and processed ingredients makes them a risky choice for regular consumption. Moderation, portion control, and healthier preparation methods are key to enjoying burgers without harming long-term health. Number 4. Candy and sweets. Candy and sweets are loved by people of all ages for their delightful taste, vibrant colors, and ability to provide a quick burst of energy. From chocolate bars and gummy bears to lollipops and hard candies, these sugary treats are a common indulgence. However, regular and excessive consumption of candy and sweets can have serious consequences for overall health. The most obvious issue is their high sugar content. Most candies are made almost entirely of refined sugar, sometimes combined with corn syrup, artificial flavors, and colorings. When eaten, these sugars are rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing sudden spikes in blood glucose levels. This triggers the pancreas to release insulin, which helps the body store the sugar. Over time, frequent sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance, a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes. The constant cycle of sugar highs followed by crashes can also cause energy fluctuations, leading to fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. In terms of weight management, candy poses a significant problem. Because it is high in calories but low in nutrients, candy adds to total calorie intake without providing the vitamins, minerals, or fiber the body needs. This can easily contribute to weight gain and obesity when consumed regularly, especially when combined with a sedentary lifestyle. Another major concern is dental health. The sugar in candy feeds harmful bacteria in the mouth, which produce acids that erode tooth enamel, leading to cavities, tooth decay, and gum disease. Sticky candies like caramels and gummies are particularly harmful because they cling to the teeth and prolong sugar exposure, increasing the risk of dental damage. Beyond sugar, many candies also contain unhealthy fats, such as trans fats or hydrogenated oils, especially in chocolates and cream-filled sweets. These fats raise LDL, bad, cholesterol, lower HDL, good, cholesterol, and increase the risk of heart disease. Artificial colorings, such as red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1, are also common in candies and have been linked in some studies to allergic reactions, hyperactivity in children, and other behavioral concerns. Another issue is overconsumption. Because candy is small, sweet, and addictive, it is easy to eat large quantities without realizing it. The brain's reward system responds strongly to sugar, releasing dopamine, which creates a feeling of pleasure and can lead to cravings and habitual consumption, much like addictive substances. Over time, this can create a dependency on sugary foods for emotional comfort or quick energy boosts. In addition, eating candy frequently can displace healthier foods from the diet. Children who snack on candy regularly may eat fewer fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, leading to nutrient deficiencies. Adults who turn to sweets instead of balanced snacks may experience similar dietary imbalances. Excess sugar consumption has also been linked to chronic inflammation in the body, which contributes to a wide range of diseases, including heart disease, liver problems, and even some types of cancer. High sugar intake can also promote non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, as excess fructose in the diet is processed in the liver and converted into fat. Beyond the physical effects, there is growing evidence that excessive sugar consumption can affect mental health. Diets high in refined sugar have been associated with an increased risk of depression and anxiety, possibly due to inflammation and blood sugar fluctuations affecting brain function. To reduce these risks, candy and sweets should be consumed in moderation and ideally replaced with healthier alternatives such as fresh fruit, dried fruit without added sugar, or small amounts of dark chocolate. Parents can help children develop healthy habits by limiting sugary treats and offering naturally sweet options. In conclusion, while candy and sweets may bring moments of joy, their high sugar content, lack of nutrients, and potential for overconsumption make them harmful when eaten in excess. Enjoying them occasionally rather than daily is the best way to protect long-term health while still satisfying a sweet tooth. Number 5. Processed meats. Processed meats, such as sausages, hot dogs, bacon, salami, ham, and deli slices, are widely consumed around the world for their flavor, convenience, and long shelf life. However, despite their popularity, they are among the most harmful foods for long-term health when eaten regularly. One of the most concerning issues with processed meats is their high sodium content. Salt is used both for flavor and as a preservative, but excessive sodium intake is linked to high blood pressure, which increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney damage. A single serving of processed meat can contain more than half of the recommended daily sodium intake, making it easy to exceed healthy limits. In addition to salt, processed meats often contain preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites. While these chemicals help prevent bacterial growth and maintain the meat's pink color, they can form harmful compounds called nitrosamines in the body, especially when the meat is cooked at high temperatures. Nitrosamines are known carcinogens, and regular consumption of processed meats has been strongly linked to an increased risk of colorectal cancer. The World Health Organization, WHO, has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning there is strong evidence that they cause cancer in humans. Another health concern is the high saturated fat content in many processed meats. Saturated fats raise LDL, bad cholesterol, and can contribute to plaque buildup in the arteries, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Some processed meats also contain trans fats, which are even more harmful because they raise bad 4,5,7,1,6 cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and promote inflammation in the body. Beyond fats and sodium, processed meats are often made from lower quality cuts of meat mixed with fillers, binders, and artificial flavorings, reducing their overall nutritional value. They are typically low in fiber and lacking essential vitamins and minerals, making them calorie-dense but nutrient-poor. Another harmful aspect is the formation of toxic compounds during cooking. When processed meats are grilled, fried, or smoked, they can develop chemicals such as heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, both of which have been linked to cancer. Over time, frequent consumption of these meats can contribute to metabolic syndrome, a combination of conditions including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol levels. This syndrome significantly raises the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. For children, the risks are particularly concerning because early dietary habits often carry into adulthood. Regular consumption of processed meats in childhood can set the stage for future health problems, including obesity and cardiovascular disease. Moreover, processed meats can impact digestive health. The high sodium content can cause bloating and water retention, while the lack of fiber can contribute to constipation and poor gut function. Emerging research also suggests that diets high in processed meats may negatively affect the gut microbiome, reducing beneficial bacteria and increasing harmful ones, which can further contribute to inflammation and disease. Mentally, diets high in processed and high-fat foods have been linked. Number 6. Instant noodles. Instant noodles are one of the most widely consumed convenience foods in the world, loved for their low cost, quick preparation, and variety of flavors. While they may be a fast and filling option, regular consumption can have serious negative effects on health. One of the biggest concerns with instant noodles is their extremely high sodium content. A single packet can contain over 1,500 milligrams of sodium, often more than half of the recommended daily intake. Consuming this much sodium regularly can lead to high blood pressure, which increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney damage. The flavoring packets used in the instant noodles often contain monosodium glutamate, MSG, an additive that enhances taste but may trigger headaches, nausea, or allergic-like reactions in sensitive individuals. Beyond sodium, instant noodles are typically made from refined wheat flour, which is low in fiber and lacks essential nutrients. This means they can cause quick spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that leave you feeling tired and hungry soon after eating. Over time, such frequent blood sugar fluctuations may contribute to insulin resistance and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Instant noodles are also high in unhealthy fats. Many brands deep fry the noodles before packaging to give them their texture and longer shelf life, which adds significant amounts of saturated fats and, in some cases, trans fats. These fats raise LDL, bad cholesterol, lower HDL, good cholesterol, and promote the buildup of plaque in the arteries, raising the risk of cardiovascular disease. Another concern is their low nutritional value. Instant noodles are calorie-dense but nutrient-poor, offering little protein, vitamins, or minerals. Regularly replacing balanced meals with instant noodles can lead to nutrient deficiencies, weaken immunity, and poor energy levels. Some studies have linked frequent instant noodle consumption to metabolic syndrome, a cluster of health problems including obesity, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and abnormal cholesterol levels. The preservatives and artificial flavorings in instant noodles are another issue. Many varieties contain synthetic chemicals to prolong shelf life and maintain flavor, some of which may have long-term health impacts if consumed in large quantities. In addition, instant noodles often come packaged in plastic or styrofoam cups, which can release harmful substances like BPA or styrene into the food when exposed to hot water. Another hidden danger is their effect on digestion. The low fiber content can contribute to constipation and poor gut health, while the high sodium and fat content can irritate the stomach lining in some people. For children and young adults, who are among the biggest consumers of instant noodles, these risks are particularly serious. Early habits of replacing home-cooked meals with processed convenience foods can increase the likelihood of developing chronic diseases later in life. Instant noodles can also influence eating behavior. Their addictive combination of salt, fat, and umami flavor can lead to cravings, making it easy to rely on them as a quick solution for hunger rather than choosing healthier options. To minimize harm, instant noodles should be eaten only occasionally, and healthier modifications can be made, such as adding fresh vegetables, eggs, or lean protein to boost nutrition, and using only part of the seasoning packet to reduce sodium. In conclusion, while instant noodles may be convenient and satisfying in the short term, their high sodium, unhealthy fats, refined carbohydrates, and lack of essential nutrients make them a poor choice for regular meals. Over time, frequent consumption can contribute to high blood pressure, heart disease, metabolic disorders, and nutrient deficiencies, so moderation and healthier meal planning are essential for long-term health. In conclusion, while junk foods like sugary soft drinks, packaged chips, burgers, candy, processed meats, instant noodles, and deep-fried snacks may be tempting for their taste, convenience, and affordability, their long-term impact on health is far from harmless. These foods are often high in sugar, unhealthy fats, sodium, and artificial additives while offering little to no essential nutrients. Regular consumption can contribute to obesity, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, digestive problems, and even certain cancers. Beyond physical health, poor dietary choices can also affect mental well-being, energy levels, and overall quality of life. Enjoying these foods occasionally is not likely to cause major harm, but making them a regular part of one's diet can lead to serious, lasting consequences. For a healthier future, it is important to limit junk food intake, prioritize fresh, nutrient-rich meals, and adopt balanced eating habits that nourish both the body and mind.